His reputation is kind of already damaged, so I'm not sure Harvey Weinstein's going to come out of jail to sue Cat Williams for. So fresh off of my last video when I was talking about a YouTuber, Tasha K versus a comedian, Kevin Hart, who sued Tasha K for defamation and other various different things related to an interview she did on her YouTube-based podcast. Here we are, less than a week later, talking about another YouTube-based podcast, and former NFL player Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay, which hit almost 8 million views for an interview that he did with famous funny man comedian Cat Williams, who went on Shannon Sharp's show and just went to town, went for the jugular on almost every comedian in the industry. He just name checked. He just went down the line. It was a very interesting interview. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to put a link down below. But it was perfect for me to follow up with this video. And since a lot of the discussion centered around Shannon Sharp's brand of cognac around a small coffee table, I don't have that, but I do have some spiced rum that my husband got for me. It's DC based and it's yummy. So I'm going to be like toasting it. Let's keep all of the various different parallels to that going, shall we? Cheers. Let's get into the parallels there. YouTuber versus comedian. The other link in parallel is defamation. That video, the last one, I was talking about Kevin Hart's claim for defamation. In this one, the question is, the various different comedians that Cat Williams referenced and accused of different things, if there was any lies told and there was untruths told during that interview, then arguably those comedians and actors and recording artists that were mentioned, because he did mention Kanye West and Ludacris, could sue him for defamation. And I said in the last video, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Defamation could be slander, which is just spoken word. It turns into libel when it's written. And if you publish it on YouTube, because YouTube has a transcript, it's written, it's published, it goes disseminated widely, you can have a claim for defamation. But as we said before, I said in our last video, truth is a defense to defamation. So if he said things that are true, they could not sue. There's another wrinkle in this plan for public officials, people who are celebrities who hold themselves in the public. There's a higher standard if you're going to sue, where private individuals who don't put themselves out there for public consumption, their reputation can severely be damaged if you say something damaging. However, public officials, you have to say something with malice, recklessness, and then what the impact of what you say has to be like damaging to their career. Now, this is why I don't think that there would be a cause of action from any of these celebrities that were mentioned during this nearly 3-hour video for defamation. Because let's take the first half, malice. I don't think Cat Williams went on Shannon Sharp's show with malice. I think he went to set the record straight. Shannon Sharp clarified that Cat Williams told him that's exactly why he went on the show, to set the record straight.
He says, I've been waiting a whole year,
right,
to say my piece.
The right space and platform to say his piece.
Yes.
I feel like he's been reclusive for a while. He's been out the limelight for a while. He says that he felt like he was been blackballed by the industry, haven't been getting roles, haven't been given opportunities. And so while he's been, away, he's been watching Shannon Sharp's, watching members of his industry, watching his people in his niche, his fellow comedians come on the show, make certain statements that he just didn't agree with. Felt like his role, he had a certain role in the rise of a lot of these people, that he passed on opportunities. And because he did that, these other people had opportunities. And that's just his version of history. And he chose Shannon because Shannon let those people give their version of history. So he wanted to give his version. Listen to this.
He said, you've allowed other people a very safe place. That's why we like coming.
Keyword, safe.
Safe place.
Safe place.
So it's kind of not necessarily fact-based. Is really like his opinion. Some of the things he said obviously were like not kind to some of the wives that he mentioned, and some of the women. Yes, that's true. And even some of the men, talked about people's girth, people's hairlines. You went there, but a lot of it isn't necessarily factual information. The only statement I thought that could be considered troubling is an allegation regarding someone who's already in jail, Harvey Weinstein, for committing acts of violence and certain acts against women. So his reputation is kind of already damaged. So I'm not sure Harvey Weinstein's going to come out of jail to sue Cat Williams for statements he said. I'm not going to repeat them here on the show. You want to? Again, I'll put the link below. You can go watch it yourself. So outside of those sort of things, maybe saying his recollection of who was offered what role.
Ricky Smiley, sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday After Next, the one I was in. I wish all. And then he said some stuff that we haven't heard in 100 years in Hollywood. You ain't say nothing. This man told you he had Cat Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike.
Wait.
And Cat Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus.
Who was given him a dress to wear, and all these various different things are, not necessarily reputation damaging. So it won't even rise to the level of being severe to damage these people's reputations, like Martin Lawrence and Steve Harvey. And, it was just, that's just my opinion. I think the bigger lesson to learn from this as a YouTuber is as I say in these podcast videos that I've done before, that as a podcaster on YouTube, you don't want to lead with the name of your podcast, with the episode number, with even the guest, if the guest isn't popular. What you want to do is go ahead and have that interview and take whatever's the most interesting thing that's said in the interview, and that's what you want to lead with. That's what you want to drip out. Precisely what Shannon Sharp's show did.
And I said it's going to be the interview of 24.
Oh, yeah.
I said he's going to break the internet.
Now we have things called shorts. You can actually just drip out little bits and pieces of the interview. And you saw that Club Shay Shay and Shannon Sharp's team, they dripped out that interview. They got people enticed. And then eventually they dropped the entire 3 hours. By then you kind of were anticipating. You wanted to see the whole, generated a lot of buzz. It went in through the news cycle.
Yeah. And this thing took off like wildfire. You're upset that he said everything that he said, and he said it on my platform.
Right.
And now it's bringing attention to my platform.
And that's how you do it. Like even with this last video that I did and this one, I will certainly take little bits and pieces and release them as shorts. So if you're interested in that little small little 30-second, 40-second, 50-second, you might want to watch this entire video. And that brings me to another point. If you are interested in this sort of topic and this channel, I'm growing it. I've had various different iterations, and I'm landed here on helping the members of the content creator economy, fellow content creators, understand laws related to things like defamation, libel, copyright infringement, FTC, which means Federal Trade Commission disclosures, brand deals, management deals. If you're interested in any of those things, so when it you bump up into it, you know how to handle it, you know the words, you know the terms and things like that, you're better equipped. You want to subscribe to this channel, and then you're not just subscribe, you want to like it, comment, let's have a discussion below, share this channel with other fellow content creators so we all can join in growing this community. So my next video, I am going to tackle another YouTuber versus a celebrity, but this time the celebrity chose not to sue, but instead to take it to her fan base and say that she didn't like what this YouTuber was saying about her, and the impact of it was to have this YouTuber lose all the brand deals. Not only lose the brand deals, she actually had to shift the type of content. You'll find out. If you know what I'm talking about, it has to do with plastic surgery. Comment below and see if you know which one I'm talking about. Otherwise, if you don't, if you want to stay tuned for my next video when I'm going to be going into that case next. All right, take care. And in the meantime, watch this video next in this series so you can keep up. JJ Gat, talk to you soon.